Batten down the hatches, folks. Rough waters ahead. In today's fourth stimulus package update and daily news report, we're going to talk about the waves that are sure to rock the boat and even create giant ripples in our economy, one of which affects travel. And also, what is Washington, D.C. doing about this? We're also going to talk about how this is going to have a great impact in the possibilities of our future. What's going on, you guys? It is Ron here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we continue, please take a second, smash the like button, and also hit the subscribe button. I totally appreciate that. But let's go ahead and get started. Some Americans are getting up to $1,000 in cash as the White House remains silent on new stimulus checks. Do you feel that all Americans that need stimulus checks during this critical time will receive one? With the stock market down several thousand points, from the NASDAQ to the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, retirement plans like 401ks, traditional and Roth IRAs, they are experiencing true pain right now. Even pension funds. You've got Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and the entire cryptocurrency market. It's crashed over the past few months. Will Social Security recipients get the extra $200 Social Security increase that they were promised? Will SSI and SSDI payments be included in this Social Security boost? Why aren't all states sending stimulus checks out to qualified residents in need of another stimulus check? And a question I have for you guys is, have you contacted your congressman or congresswoman about a stimulus check? And if you did receive another stimulus check, how much would you need to be good? $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. Comment down below. Also, be sure to check out my previous videos to see which states are sending out stimulus checks right now. Now, when we reported a few days ago that the 4th of July weekend was going to be filled with flight cancellations and delays, we knew what we were talking about. Just this Friday, almost 8,000 flights were delayed in our country, with the worst scenarios situated in New York City area airports. Now, according to FlightAware, 45% of flights were delayed from LaGuardia Airport, 44% were also delayed at JFK, as well as Newark airports. Some travelers were delayed by so much that they had to sleep overnight at airports just to wait for their next flight. Again, staff shortages was to blame, and there are even Delta airline pilots that picketed outside of airports last Thursday, stating that contract negotiations weren't going along fast enough and that they are having to work high rates of overtime. But what is all of this going to do? Well, for starters, travelers, they're going to get angry. Right now, so many of us are frustrated, and remember when masks were mandated on planes? Travel was also slowed down. Not a lot of people want to wear a mask to travel, but if you do, that's completely fine as well. But you can see how this would have affected the sector back then. Thinking back to the health crisis, remember when they couldn't serve drinks because of the health crisis, and hey, if you were in first class, then it's all good? It's kind of messed up. Hello? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? So if I want to drink, I need to pay more now? How is this even fair? Sebastian Moback, editor-at-large at Lonely Planet, said this, quote, "There's no getting around the fact that this is only going to be a summer of travel delays, cancellations, and frustrations." End quote. But you know what? This is going to change a lot of mindsets for the summer. Who needs to travel to some fancy resort? We can drive to this place that's so much closer and way less expensive. Or we could just have a staycation and sleep on the bed rather than in an airport. Airlines will lose business from Americans. And as Senator Bernie Sanders said, quote, "During the pandemic, when air travel came to a near halt, U.S. taxpayers came to the rescue and gave $54 billion to the airline industry. The top 8 airlines alone received nearly $50 billion in taxpayer assistance from the federal government. Given all the generous taxpayer support that has been provided to the airline industry, all of us have a responsibility to make sure that passengers and crew members are treated with respect, not contempt." End quote. Senator Sanders is also pushing to have the Department of Transportation fine airlines $55,000 for every flight cancellation per passenger and $15,000 for every extended delay on domestic and international flights. But here's what Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg had to say about this. Quote, he said, "Sometimes an airline will offer you points or miles as compensation, but you are entitled to a cash refund when your flight is canceled. When deciding whether to accept miles, it's helpful to know their value, which varies, but often is estimated at 1 to 1.5 cents per mile." End quote. Now, he further explained that the offered miles may be less than the worth of your flight. So he claimed a refund on a canceled flight and worked out to $112.07. He ensures that customers are entitled to cash refunds, although I don't think that this will curb the damage that this is going to do to flight demand. What is this going towards? If we look ahead into the future, all of this will affect those resorts, travel destinations, and vacation havens. It's also sure to affect real estate in the area. And with that, opportunity may strike. This community is full of people that think and are mind strong. And with that, I know that the gears are already turning. Real estate will eventually go down in an area where business will boom once the labor shortage and inflation are corrected. And this is going to take some time, but it's kind of like playing the long game. The end is where you prosper. Now, don't take this as financial advice. It's more of what I think is going to go down once the entire thing blows over. But what are your thoughts, guys? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, how was your weekend? If you drove, then like millions of Americans, you had to pump gas. And we all know what that's like these days. But hey, look at what President Biden had to say about it. Quote, "My message to companies running gas stations and setting prices at the pump is simple. This is a time of war and global peril. Bring down the prices you are charging at the pump to reflect the cost that you're paying for the product, and do it now." Now, we're also aware that the government is mulling a form of stimulus checks for gas, although at this point, it's still under talks. I personally think it's funny that the president's trying to threaten oil companies to stop making profits. That's really just silly, and I feel like it's just 100% lip service. Oil companies, they don't have to listen to President Biden about not charging what they want to charge for gas. This is purely capitalism at its best, and it's working properly. If oil companies were not able to charge what they're charging for gas, no one would buy it, and then they would be forced to lower it, and that hasn't happened. So really, President Biden is just wasting everyone's time right now, in my opinion. And as prices keep going up, you would think that action could be provided faster. We found an interesting article related to this, and I'd like to share just a few parts of it with you guys. So first, U.S. refineries are operating at around 94% of their capacity. The ones in the Gulf of Mexico running at 98%, the highest in 3 decades. President Biden has blamed the American energy industry for higher prices and says that they should produce more oil. But at the same time, they blocked a proposal to open up more than 1 million acres of land in Alaska for oil and gas drilling after some days. But President Biden's Environmental Protection Agency blocked plans to expand an oil refinery in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So, is he really trying to lower gas prices? Or is he just trying to act like he is? And yes, we're still trending towards green energy. At least that's what they've been preaching. But how soon are we going to get there? Tesla is obviously a leader when it comes to the EV landscape, but they haven't had their best month, as this just happened recently.
Oh, it is a Tesla.
The Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District reported that it took 4,500 gallons of water just to stop a Tesla vehicle from reigniting into flames due to the car's battery compartment. It's due to be dismantled and has been sitting in the wrecking yard for 3 weeks when this happened. Do you guys remember that we would be given a type of stimulus check as incentives to buy EVs? Although prices are still sky high, and with instances like this, it would somehow deter those who might want to get one. But what do you guys think about this? Are we now due for a fourth stimulus check with how bad things are getting now? I really want to read the comments on this one because we have a lot of topics, so make sure to share your thoughts below. At the end of it, I want you guys to fear, but not the first meeting, which is forget everything and run, but the second one, which I know you guys will do without me saying, is face everything and rise. I'm looking forward to seeing how this community continues to rise at the top as it should. Now, before we go, please do not forget to drop a like for the video, and if you have not already, make sure you're a part of our financial freedom community and hit the subscribe button for the channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support. This is Ron, and I will see you guys on the next one. Prepare now. Stimulus checks and tax refunds cannot come soon enough. Diesel and gas prices are soaring. With bans on food exports, droughts, and global inflation, empty shelves have been replaced by higher and higher food prices every time on our grocery store shelves. The price of milk, meats, eggs, and cooking oils, they're all hitting record highs. It seems like the middle class just can't catch a break. Have you ever dropped your phone and cracked the screen and wished you had insurance on it? Yeah, sucks, doesn't it? And you certainly wouldn't wreck your car and then go look for insurance, would you? I don't think so. Heating and air conditioning systems fail unexpectedly and cost thousands of dollars to repair. How about that upstairs toilet leaking downstairs? How about the water heater or a surprise leaky roof? Yep, could cost thousands. But don't let Murphy's Law catch you by surprise. Get your free home warranty quote and never have to worry about expensive home repairs again. Link in the description down below. That's right, you guys. Get your free home warranty quote, link in the description today.